You know when you're in line for a haunted house attraction, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the queue area is just like super bright, playing this incredibly upbeat, cheerful music.
Yeah, it's completely by design.
Exactly. It makes that initial plunge into the dark feel so much more jarring. Welcome to today's deep dive. You've handed us a raw, fascinating transcript of a tabletop role-playing session.
And it is a wild ride.
It really is. Our mission today is to explore how this narrative masterfully uses that exact contrast, like transitioning from a cozy village festival into a nightmare of escalating environmental storytelling.
Right.
We're following this eclectic party Arlek, Fiod, Corso, Heliax, and Leona attending the fall-time festival in a town called Daggerford. And right away, things feel, well, significantly off.
Because the joy of the festival is basically this super thin veil over some really deep underlying dread.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you have Sister Marin playing this lucky violin music, but then she recognizes Fiod's cameo necklace.
Oh, right, which ties directly back to a vanished group of traveling people in those deadly mists.
Exactly. It's so ominous. But the townsfolk are desperately clinging to mundane explanations. Take Widow Ashka, for example.
Oh, her husband vanishes, and she fiercely claims he just ran off with a barmaid.
It is a tragically human response to trauma, honestly. I mean, when confronted with something that incomprehensible, the mind prefers a painful but normal betrayal over, a terrifying, inexplicable truth.
Willful ignorance, basically.
Precisely. The town is relying on it just to survive. Even with old Tobin literally warning people about a mist-wreathed house on a hill that steals locals.
Right. Which makes you wonder, are they genuinely oblivious, or is this festival just a desperate coping mechanism?
I think they just want to keep the dark away.
But, denial doesn't give this adventuring party any real answers, so they head straight for that creepy house.
They've crossed the threshold.
And the second they do, that illusion of safety completely shatters. They get greeted by a locked oak door, a grim family portrait, and floating bloody words.
Which warn that he sleeps until the midnight chime.
So creepy. Super creepy. But the part that really caught my eye was this old cloakroom invitation addressed to Barovia Village.
Oh, yeah, that is a massive reveal.
Because just reading that address causes Arlek to collapse in a full-blown psychic episode. Now, for context, Arlek is a reborn wizard, essentially a character brought back from the dead with missing memories.
Right.
And Barovia is notoriously known as a nightmarish, cursed realm. So it makes me wonder, is this house just a passive, spooky location? Or is it actively scanning their minds to weaponize their pasts against them?
I mean, the environment strongly suggests a predatory intelligence. It's warping reality itself to target them.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah? Think about it. Finding a 300-year-old invitation sitting inside coats that are freshly tailored. That proves the house operates entirely outside of normal physics.
Like it's using time and memory as psychological weapons.
Exactly.
That warped reality is probably why the illusions break down so violently as the party pushes deeper. Like that lavish, steaming feast on the dining table.
Oh, the feast table.
Yeah, because underneath it, the legs are just solid mannequin parts. It felt like a video game struggling to render a fake reality, like its processors just failing.
Right, and that structural breakdown builds so much more tension than just a sudden ambush. Yeah. The game master is using the physical environment to tell a story of decay.
It's pure environmental storytelling.
Yeah, like the shifting windmill painting. Or hearing those ghostly children laughing in a dumbwaiter that's just filled with gnawed bones.
Ugh, the bones. And then they find that needlework dedicated to a Miss Clara, but her face has been violently slashed out.
Which is such a specific, brutal detail. So by the time that flaming skeleton finally attacks them in the library, it feels like an inevitable snap of tension, not a random encounter.
Completely. And defeating it gets them a letter signed by Clara. So what does this all mean? Is that slash needlework suggesting she's the key here?
Well, the house is clearly trying to communicate, but it speaks in the language of nightmares. Clara isn't just background decoration. The deliberate defacement of her image and that hidden letter, it suggests she is the tragic key to unraveling this whole mystery.
So looking at this whole session, what is the big takeaway for you, the listener, especially if you aren't a tabletop gamer?
I'd say it is a masterclass in how withholding information creates terror.
Oh, for sure.
The narrative doesn't just explain the lore, it makes the players experience the psychological unraveling. Planting narrative seeds like glitching reality and slashed portraits It forces your imagination to do the heavy lifting.
Which is always scarier than a cheap jump scare.
Exactly.
It really is all about the slow burn. Which brings me to a final thought for you to ponder.
Oh, let's hear it.
Think about an earlier moment in the house. Picking up a stuffed doll triggered this booming, disembodied voice demanding they leave my children's toys alone.
Right. Which sounds like a protective parent at first glance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if those ghostly children laughing in that bone-filled dumbwaiter aren't being protected?
Wait.
What if they're the ones being imprisoned?
Oh, wow. That flips the entire narrative. Like, maybe the true monsters aren't the ghosts, but the ones who built the house.
Something for you to ponder next time you step out of a brightly lit queue and into the dark.